What's up, my internet fam? I'm Koi, and welcome to the Boobs Tattoos and Motorcycle podcast. Boobs, tattoos, and a motorcycle because I have big boobs, I have lots of tattoos, and I ride a motorcycle. So with that being said, let's get into this week's episode. This week's episode are the top 5 complaints I have about riding a motorcycle. Contrary to common belief, riding a motorcycle is not always peaches and cream. For me, that is. These are my top 5 complaints. So don't come for me. The number 5 complaint I have about riding a motorcycle is that pieces on a motorcycle that are simple plastic pieces are the most expensive to replace. I remember when I first started riding, I started off on a 250, Kawasaki Ninja 250, and I dropped that bike in full motion, and fairings from head to toe on that bike needed to be replaced. I couldn't salvage anything. And the amount of money I had to pay for new fairings for that bike was astonishing to me. Hundreds of dollars to replace the most simplest things that you would think would be the cheapest cost the most. Now, going into the number 4 complaint I have about riding a motorcycle has to do with cost again, and that is the insurance. Insurance is expensive on my bike. I have full coverage, and I'm basically paying the same amount of insurance on my motorcycle as I am on my car. I want the unlimited perks that I get with full coverage, but geez, it's expensive. The number 3 complaint I have against riding a motorcycle is the back and hip pain that you could possibly get. And after a long day of riding, sometimes your back aches and you got to stretch it out, or your hips kind of ache from being open for so long. And nobody really talked about that or talks about that. But yeah, it roll over to the next day sometimes. Number 2 complaint I have against riding a motorcycle is that bugs hurt when they hit you. Bugs seem so much bigger than what they really are when you're riding. Picture this with me, you guys. Picture this. You're just riding, sun's in your face, wind is blowing across your body. You're one with the road, and bam, you get hit in the arm with a freaking bug. It could be a ladybug. It could be something small that hits you, but it feels like it's an asteroid sent from the heavens coming down to crush you because you're going at such a high speed. And when the bug hits you, it hurts. And the number 1 complaint I have against riding is that sometimes I just don't want to ride. I love riding, but some days I don't feel like doing the prep work. I mean, I'm a woman. I can't just throw on a helmet, throw my leg across the bike and go. I have to make sure my hair is a certain way. I have to make sure I have my riding scarf on, and I have to make sure I have certain things with me. And granted, I travel light, but the prep work, some days you just don't want to deal with it. So yeah, I'm Koi. Thank you for listening to the Boobs Tattoos and Motorcycle podcast. You can catch this podcast on all listening platforms. Check out my Instagram or my YouTube, and I will see you next week. Deuces.
Boobs, tats, and motorcycles. Yeah, I swear that she's the baddest.